Get ready for a visual treat. Today, we're plunging into the deep, dramatic world of scratch art to unveil this spectacular night scene of New York City.
The Statue of Liberty and the breathtaking New York City skyline. We are tackling the iconic Statue of Liberty, a shimmering emerald beacon watching over the metropolis. This 17-minute journey is pure relaxation. The satisfying scrape of the pen is truly therapeutic, peeling back the black ink to reveal a rainbow of hidden light.
My tool is simple, a wooden stylus. The magic is in the pressure and the stroke. Ready to light up the night? Let's begin with the energy of the city.
Right away, we plunge straight into the incredible Manhattan skyline. This is where we lay down the foundation of the scene's energy. I love starting here because you don't just see the city, you instantly feel the pulse and the restless energy of it at night. The core challenge is capturing the sheer scale. I'm meticulously using fine, controlled lines, thousands of them, to represent those tiny window lights. Every single, intentional scratch of my stylus is a light turning on, a deliberate spark of life illuminating the darkness. This part is pure focus, ensuring those vertical lines are clean and sharp, creating that feeling of immense height. Now, look at the colors we are revealing. We're tapping into the underlayer, which is a glorious mix of vibrant blue, electric green, and sunny yellow. This variety is what brings the skyline to life. It mimics all the different kinds of lighting you see in a real metropolis, office buildings, apartments, and neon signs. This technique is so rewarding, creating that fantastic sense of depth and electric buzz. It's incredibly satisfying to watch those monolithic, dark towers suddenly blaze with color right before your eyes. The contrast is spectacular, deep, velvet black meeting blinding light. It truly captures the magic of a billion tiny lights spilling down the sides of these structures, giving the whole scene a powerful, majestic glow. Now that we've established the towering geometry of the city, we're moving down to the shoreline to introduce some organic softness. It's time to detail these beautiful trees. This contrast is absolutely crucial for the composition. It pulls the viewer's eye away from the sharp angles and into a cozy, natural space. Unlike the straight, rigid lines we used for the buildings, here we need flow and texture. So, instead of straight lines, I completely shift my technique. I'm adopting a relaxed, stippling motion, using quick, soft taps, little curved marks, and overlapping strokes. This is such a therapeutic change of pace after the intensity of the skyline. This technique isn't about outlining, it's about mimicking the texture of the leaves and branches and allowing the color to appear organically. The slight irregularity of the scratch marks is what tricks the eye into seeing realistic, dense foliage. It gives the trees that bushy, natural appearance, preventing them from looking flat. The magic really happens in the color transition. Here, we're revealing the lush greens and bright oranges beneath. These colors are strategically placed on the scratchboard to suggest warmth, perhaps from hidden streetlights or an illuminated path just off camera. This light isn't a blinding neon, it's a gentle glow. The effect is stunning, it creates a cozy, natural contrast to the sharp, cold light emanating from the skyscrapers. It's a wonderful visual break, a little piece of peace right at the base of the massive city. It truly makes the shoreline feel grounded and welcoming. Watching the black ink peel away to reveal that soft shimmer is one of the most satisfying parts of this whole piece. With this patch of softness complete, we've successfully framed the foreground. We can now shift our focus back to the immediate excitement of the water and the roadways. We've built the solid, towering skyline and added the calming, natural texture of the trees. Now, it's time to inject pure, unadulterated speed and motion. We're deliberately shifting gears from the serene to the dynamic, and that means bringing the road to life. These are the light trails and speed lines from the roadway. To achieve this, we cannot use the slow stippling of the trees, or the careful outlining of the buildings. Instead, these strokes are rapid, sweeping, and intentionally bold. The goal is to make the scratches look less like perfect lines and more like streaks of light traveling at high velocity. The technique here is about commitment. I press firmly and move swiftly, allowing the underlayer to explode into vibrant streaks of color. This creates that wonderful, optical illusion of movement. It instantly adds a cinematic, dynamic feel to the entire foreground, truly making the image feel alive. Think of the energy. It's like watching cars whizzing past on a bridge or a highway on a Friday night. We aren't just scratching lines, we are capturing time and movement. The streaks are slightly irregular, some thicker, some fading out, which mimics the natural blur of long exposure photography. This contrast is so important to the final artwork. We have the static majesty of the statue, the rigid structure of the towers, the softness of the trees, and now the raw speed of the road. These opposing elements work together perfectly, creating a visually rich and complex piece. It's a fantastic, almost effortless technique for injecting adrenaline into the scene. Look at how beautifully those light streaks connect the entire composition, pulling your eye from the lower frame, right into the water reflection we'll be tackling next. Watching those lines fly across the board is truly one of the most exciting and satisfying parts of the process. With the roads blazing and the city alive, we are now ready to harness all of this light and capture it. With the energy of the roadways complete, we move to the final piece of the environmental puzzle, the essential element of a night scene, the water reflection. This is arguably the most elegant and crucial section, as it acts as the bridge between the city and the sky. To achieve a convincing reflection, we must abandon vertical lines entirely. Water doesn't reflect light in neat columns. Instead, I am using long, sweeping horizontal strokes. This motion is calming and rhythmic, a beautiful counterpoint to the rapid scratching we just finished. The horizontal lines are what capture the physics of the water's surface. The key is the break in the lines. I intentionally lift the stylus and vary my pressure, so the lines are not continuous, but gently break and skip across the surface. This imperfection is what sells the effect. It simulates the subtle ripples and waves caused by the river current or the wind. This is how you capture the truly mesmerizing, distorted glow of the city lights dancing on the water's surface. It's not a mirror image, it's a fluid, abstract interpretation of the light above. The colors are muted and stretched, looking almost like streaks of oil paint across a canvas. This part of the process is pure visual harmony. The dark water absorbs the majority of the black ink, but those delicate horizontal scratches tie the high-rise city down to the river. Without this reflection, the skyscrapers would just float. With it, the whole scene feels anchored and perfectly balanced. Take a moment to appreciate the subtlety. The rainbow layer under the black here is diffused, giving the reflection a softer, dreamier quality than the intense lights in the sky. This careful balance between sharpness and blur is what brings depth to the entire composition. It's one of the most rewarding parts of the scratch art process because the transformation is so dramatic yet so delicate. With the water shimmering and the reflection set, the environment is complete. We can now give our full attention to the ultimate focal point, the timeless statue guarding the bay. With the intense dynamism of the water and speed lines behind us, we return to the city to finalize the background. We are moving on to the secondary skyscrapers, the structures that support the main skyline but require their own layer of detail and depth. The key difference here compared to the tallest towers is the pressure. I'm deliberately using slightly heavier pressure in this area. Why? To make these buildings physically stand out in the composition, giving them visual weight and ensuring they don't fade into the primary skyline or the reflections. This heavier pressure also allows us to vary the colors revealed more dramatically. We aren't just looking for simple yellow windows, we're hitting more complex color shifts, deep magentas, richer reds, and complex teal blues. This is intentional, keeping the light display diverse and fascinating across the entire panorama. I like to think of these secondary buildings as the texture of the cityscape, not just the pillars. They fill in the negative space and solidify the metropolis. I'm focusing on the architectural details, the tops, the setbacks, the slight differences in the window grids, to ensure each one feels unique, despite being part of a larger cluster. This continuous process of revealing light and shadow is what makes scratch art so captivating. With the city shining brightly, we turn our attention now to the reason we are all here, the timeless, iconic heart of this piece, the Statue of Liberty. With the vibrant city backdrop complete, we turn to our main event. Finally, we arrive at the heart of this entire piece, the Statue of Liberty. This is the ultimate payoff, the figure that anchors the whole scene. This is the moment of greatest focus and precision. We begin, as she commands, with the light, the brilliant torch and the crown. I am using extremely fine, delicate lines to carve out the flames and the radiating rays of light. Every tiny scratch here contributes to the aura of power and hope that she represents. It's a rewarding feeling, it's like striking a match to light up the whole harbor. Next, I meticulously follow the outlines of her magnificent crown and begin detailing the upper flowing robes. The careful, precise curves I scratch are what bring genuine depth and gravity to her figure. We must give her form, not just an outline. This is where the artistry lies, interpreting the folds and shadows. This task is truly rewarding, carving out her statue gives immense satisfaction. It's more than just art, it's like uncovering a glowing, ancient monument in the dark. Look at how the emerald and bronze tones emerge, giving her that classic, copper patina, perfectly set against the colorful chaos of the city behind her. We finalize the essential details, the tablet in her hands and the intricate folds of her drapery. For the fabric, I use long, parallel strokes that follow the path of the robes, giving the illusion of cloth and volume. This detailed work ensures she is not just visible, but is the powerful, radiant focal point the piece deserves. With every stroke, her timeless quality shines through. She is a beacon of freedom, and capturing that glow in scratch art, where the light truly comes from the dark, feels deeply poetic. The contrasting styles, the mechanical city and the fluid, classic sculpture, now stand in perfect harmony. Now, let's focus on the finer details of the pedestal and the facial structure. The pedestal needs to feel heavy and monumental, so I'm using short, heavy crosshatching to create the illusion of rough stone texture. It grounds the figure. For the face and features, the strokes are the most minimal and delicate of the entire piece, just enough to suggest her serene expression and the flow of her hair without cluttering the canvas. This stage is where the magic of the rainbow underlayer truly enhances the symbolism of the statue. As I scratch, the colors shift from warm golds near the torch to cool greens lower down, making it appear as though the light source is actually. She is complete. The stage is set, the lights are on, and the city is alive. All that's left now is the final reveal of the completed scratch art, bringing this entire stunning vision together. We are in the home stretch. Before the final reveal, it's time for the critical final review. This stage is all about stepping back and playing the role of the editor. I'm taking a moment to sharpen any tiny missed details, ensuring the edges of the statue are crisp, and the lines of the windows are perfectly clean. This is where those small adjustments make a monumental difference. I'm looking specifically for opportunities to maximize contrast. That might mean widening a key reflection line on the water, or darkening a subtle shadow area by resisting the scratch pen. We're tuning the light, making sure the glow from Lady Liberty's torch truly cuts through the night sky. This moment is also about anticipation. Right now, there is a fine layer of black dust covering the entire piece. It dulls the colors, muting their impact. It's the final veil, hiding the true vibrancy that we've worked so hard to create. We're about to lift that veil. And here it comes, the moment everyone loves, the one that provides the ultimate sense of closure, the reveal sweep. It is the most dramatically satisfying action in all of scratch art. We're setting the stage for the big moment, positioning the brush just so, preparing to execute the final clean. I'm using my soft brush to whisk away the excess black ink. Listen to that satisfying, swish sound. As the brush moves, the black dust is removed, and the dullness vanishes. The contrast is instantly maximized. Every single color we struggle to find, the emerald statue, the ruby red trails, the electric blue city lights, suddenly scream off the page. The transformation is unbelievable. The scratch art is now fully realized, no longer obscured by the remnants of the process. This is the finished vision, shining with the kind of intense, internal light that only this medium can capture. It is well, that brings our incredible journey to a close. Thank you so much for joining me on this creative exploration. We've moved from darkness to light, from the simple scrape of a wooden pen to this highly detailed, vibrant image of the Statue of Liberty. I truly hope you found this process both satisfying and inspiring, especially watching those tiny window lights emerge from the black and the majestic figure of Lady Liberty appear. If you love the therapeutic sound of the scratching and the transformation of the colors, there are two simple things you can do to support this channel. First, please show your appreciation by giving this video a big thumbs up. It really helps other art lovers find this content. And second, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future art projects and tutorials. Finally, I want your ideas. Drop a well, that brings our incredible journey to a close. Thank you so much for joining me on this creative exploration. We've moved from darkness to light, from the simple scrape of a wooden pen to this highly detailed, vibrant image of the Statue of Liberty. I truly hope you found this process both satisfying and inspiring, especially watching those tiny window lights emerge from the black and the majestic figure of Lady Liberty appear. If you love the therapeutic sound of the scratching and the transformation of the colors, there are two simple things you can do to support this channel. First, please show your appreciation by giving this video a big thumbs up. It really helps other art lovers find this content. And second, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future art projects and tutorials. Finally, I want your ideas. Drop a comment below right now and let me know what city, landmark, or even iconic